Captain.
Hello. Okay, this is another fairly short one. It's only about 11 or 12 minutes, but again, it's a real nice match. We're back on Floodgate, and what are we doing here? This is from last week again, a few days ago.
The prime node.
And starting off the standard method here, just going straight to the prime here. I didn't notice who that was in the stealth Nightshade, but they took themselves up there and healed the prime while our orb goes to center and caps the center as soon as it becomes available. As soon as they do that, the orb goes back to core, and I go back there to pick it up and run it over to the enemy prime. Which, if I'm quick and if we got some defense at the center, we'll be able to cap the prime before they take it, but I'm not, I don't think I'm going to make it. I might, no, I didn't make it. Shot down with the stinger before I could get there. You know, maybe if I had a tool I could have made it. Maybe if I had enough sense to back up and go another way, of course. That's a judgment call, you know. If you back up and try to go the other way, you may just be putting off the inevitable, and the extra time it takes you to take that alternate route may be all they need to take the center. Well, they've taken the center now, and the flood has too much time on it, so I'm not going to try to go there. I avoided getting squished there. I think I might manage to cap just, maybe. So it's looking a little bad. We're in danger of losing our prime. The prime is all we got. The flood is blue, but there's a fair amount of time on it. I just picked up a tow. I thought I'd back up. I thought I saw him. There he is. Okay, and he's flown me straight into the trap. Well, it's not a trap. It's just some guy standing out there in the path of, you know, in the way that he knows you have to go to get to the center. Of course, I do that too when I tow quite often. You know, it's you're moving pretty fast, you know, and you can see that shit coming up, and in the time it takes you to think about what to do about it, you're already there generally. So, you know, thinking fast is a good idea, but it's also important to come up with the right decision when you're thinking fast, and that's also very difficult. We were making a desperate attempt to get back to the center, but our prime went down before we got there. I'm hoping we can cap our prime back. In the meantime, I'm going to support this stuff and hope that we get 20 points off of here. We've got all kinds of stuff. The Nightshade has moved himself over here to Flood, which is a good place for him. We're going to get those 20 points. And we got our prime back, so things aren't looking too bad. We're 20 points ahead now. And we've got somebody over here.
Attack the center node.
I guess you call that spawn killing the core. You know, people don't like that. You know, they're allowed to do it. It's I don't know. People argue about how effective it is. It's certainly annoying, but they're allowed to do it. I mean, it's part of the game, definitely.
Attack the center node.
And probably get squished there. Who is that? Anti-sync. I think he's gonna give me like 2 times. He's gonna get me here too. Don't think I have an arrow to take him out with. Okay, so it's getting worse. We've lost our prime, but there's a good chance we'll get another 20 points off the flood. And we haven't lost any points off the core yet, although we're getting ready to. If this guy would get out of this hamster ball and shoot at something, he could probably take some points off the core, but he waited too long to do that. And now we got our prime back. And making a play for center. Don't know if we'll get there or not. Probably not. We're building the prime. I got dumped up here. I can see those spider mines down there. I don't want to just jump right in, but hesitating for half a second too long is all it takes for our prime to go down, and my desperate attempt to leave the area runs me straight into an ant mine, so that's the end of that play. And we've lost our prime again. Really shouldn't grab these vehicles except the tow with, but I want to get up to our prime in a hurry and try to do some defense on it. And probably manage to run over a couple people. This is an example of just dealing with the situation by just basically killing everybody in the area. run over a few of them, kill one or two with rockets, and that's all you can do, you know. You either kill them all, or you're out of there pretty quickly. You know? Might manage to get this one too, maybe. Yeah, he's down.
Defend the prime node.
All right, so we got the we got our prime, and we got the. That's a distraction over there. That's his name, a distraction. That's a good name.
The center node.
But he's not as slick as Anti-Saint. Yeah, he thinks he's got me now. That Averill it's really easy to shoot that guy down with the Averill, but you really do have to. There is a little bit of timing involved because it does take about a half a second to get that thing out and point it properly. And that's about a half a second that guy in that hamster ball can use, especially if he's close up to her, coming up from behind you.
I have the orb.
You can turn around there with your Averill, and before you have a chance to bring it up and shoot him with it, he's already got you. So. Still just hanging on to our prime and building the flood. It could go either way. I'm waiting here because I can see the blue orb over at the flood, and I can see he hasn't made up his mind which way to go. If I leave this area, he'll probably go after our prime, so I'm waiting to see him go down or something happen before I stop covering the prime. Yeah, he's moving around. He's trying to decide what to do. He probably ought to just cap the flood at this point. He's looking kind of still. I think he's dead, but there's a sniper over there. And yeah, there he is. And he got me, of course. These snipers, I swear, they gotta be using aimbots. There's just no way. They couldn't possibly just be shooting at me.
Attack the center node.
And desperately trying to get the orb over to the flood.
Grab the Redeemer.
Didn't do it that time. The other team is obviously, you know, they can see the orb there, and they're just trying like hell to cover it. I'm gonna get shot down again, I think.
Attack the center node.
This time might make it there.
Core is heavily damaged. Blue core is critical. Blue core flooding.
Oh, the flood is yeah, okay, the flood has become a moot point. Decided to try to make it to here. Managed to pick up the nuke with 30 hit points on it. Okay, I'm gonna manage to shoot this down. Okay, that's all good. Now I'm starting to turn around a little bit. See if I can cap, and I'm gonna cap and probably die right there, because yeah, that's Dracosis. He's covering the center in his nightshade, and basically, you know, you have to pay attention to stuff like that because he's being a major pain in the butt. He'll probably kill me like 2 or 3 times, and then I'll just give up on the center and just concentrate on the flood. That's what's going to happen here. We've been winning with the flood up to now, and this is the reason why. It's because we can't get a grip on the center because of Dracasis there. So what you do is you just avoid the whole situation, you know.
Attack the center node.
Some people might call that, you know, I don't know what you call that. Maybe chicken shit. Maybe I don't know, but it's the way to do it. You know, you just if somebody's being a huge problem, you just stay away from them. You know, because that's what these maps are about. Is that there's multiple ways to go about taking them over. You know, you don't have to take the whole map. You can just hold the flood. The only caveat to that being that, you know, you have to be able to hold the map enough so that your core doesn't get hit, but that's generally possible. I'm trying to decide whether, yeah, I'm just gonna cap. Well, I would cap. Well, I gotta kill that guy. That's Anti-Saint again. All right, that was a nice shot.
The center node.
Jump down from the balcony. You can see when you jump down from the balcony, you can see that the orb is covering the node. Well, there's a trail going from the node to the orb, and that tells you where the orb is. So I can see he was behind me, so I just whipped around and got him. Didn't get back to center quick enough to hold it with the orb, so I'm probably going to make another play. Well, I'm not going to get the center because I had to take out Runny back there. We took each other out. The orb will probably spawn back at the prime.
Attack the center node.
At the core. And it did. I don't really have time to get it though. I feel like I have to sit here and hold the prime. We took the center down again, but I'm pretty sure we're not going to hold it because I'm pretty sure that shade is still there. It's got fire on it. It's probably fire from the shade firing on it. And right here, I've already decided. I mean, I don't normally get into the walker here, but in this case, I've decided I'm not trying to run to. I'm not trying to take the center anymore. I'm just going to get up here and see what's going on. As long as they're not running their orb into our prime, which is the main problem, and they are shooting our prime down. But
Defend the floodgate node.
if it doesn't look like we're getting ready to lose immediately, I'm going to the flood with this thing. Because blue doesn't have a whole lot of strength over there, but we got our shade over there, and he's laying things like shields and all kinds of stuff over here. So a combination where you got a walker and a shade over here, we got a real good chance of getting those last 20 points. All I gotta do is sit inside this shield that the night shade is laid on. It makes it very difficult for them to get me. They're even gonna try to get us here with a nuke, I think, unless it's a red nuke. I'm really not sure. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't normally sit here for 60 seconds, but in this case, with all this stuff we got here, I feel like we got the orb in here now. Now, blue has any sense they're panicking a little bit. They know that they're like 24 seconds away from losing. Now they're shooting at our prime. They should have been doing that a long time ago. I mean, they should have seen that. Oh, they got all their stuff at the flood. Well, we should take the prime and kill their core. Of course, they'd have to work pretty quick to do that. Now they got our prime down. It's too late. 3, 2, 1, right there. Okay, that's about it.
Destroyed. Flawless victory.
A nice game. Have a good evening. Sorry about the feedback.